Alright, F it. I am going to go ahead and replace this. If you saw my last video describing how to use a jaw puller to remove a pulley or a wheel, then you saw me mention that I was considering replacing this thing. I promised you if I did replace it, I would do a video on it, so here we go. This thing's looking nasty. It's looking kind of shot. It's got a little bit of play to it. You see there? It should not have that much play to it. So anyway, I already loosened these screws right here. This is a lot easier than some of you guys might think. If you've never done this before, it might look kind of intimidating. It might look kind of complicated. It is not. The hardest part is getting this wheel out of your way. That's where the jaw puller comes into play. Okay, so it's going to have, your two nuts down here, your screw up here. Once you've got those off, people, you just pick this up, okay? And this just slides right out. You slide the new one in. It comes pre-assembled, as you can see here. 1-inch pillow block bearing. This is what the bar turns in. I'm not going to turn it too fast because I do have it unscrewed. And this will all come down. Okay? Now, the important thing you got to watch for here is you got your 1-inch, which is this. This means it has a 1-inch hole in the middle. Okay, you also have your 3/4 inch, I believe, which means it has a smaller hole, much smaller. And you have to get the appropriate size. So as I mentioned before, this is the 1-inch. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to slide this one out, slide this one on, screw it in. The only thing you got to do here, you got to lift up on this. Lift up on this, all this comes out. Okay, but you have to hold this up the entire time, because once you let it go, once this is supporting all of this weight. So once this support is gone, all this is going to come down. Your, I believe it's called a gerbil wheel or something like that. This is all going to drop down, okay? But it's not as complicated as I'm making it sound or as it looks. So let me pause this. I'm going to remove these screws and I'm going to show you how that comes up. Okay, and we're back. The screws, as you can see, are out. Once the screws are out, this is what you got. Okay, those little screws right there are holding up all this weight. Keep in mind when you buy your new pillow block bearing, those screws do not come with it. Make sure you do not lose these screws or buy some appropriate replacement screws. So what I'm going to do now, as I mentioned before, I'm going to lift up on this and then I'm going to pull that pillow bearing out. So I can't do it and hold the phone at the same time, so let me pause it again for a minute. Okay then, I have removed the pillow block. This is what we have. Okay, I've already cleaned it up. It was a greasy, oily mess for a minute there. You'll want to clean all that up. And then the new one, I'm just going to slide it right in, bolt it down, throw some oil in it, and call that done. Okay, now I got one screw in there just to give us some support, just to hold this wheel up. Okay, the other screw, just in case anybody's wondering, just goes right in there. Just pop it down in there. Okay, then you got your nut. Give me that nut. Give me that nut. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me switch hands here, okay? Give me a minute. Damn it, who sang that song? Put it in the comments. Anybody remember who sang that song? It'll come to me in a minute. Easy, come on. How do you forget that? Okay, couldn't quite get it started on the thread. with one hand, so I went ahead and started it, and I'll show you how to finish it. Okay, now I'm not going to tighten these all the way up yet. The reason is you want to make sure this wheel is balanced. The movement on this is going to balance your wheel. Okay, so you move it back. Gotta move the bottom forward. The top seems to be okay. I'm not sure if I need to slide it up a little or leave it where it's at. I'm trying to look right in here, the gapping around the wheel. And if you look, actually, okay, we have a bigger gap right here than we do up here. Up here we have no gap. Right here we have no gap. Here we have a large gap. That tells me that this is not level. It's not right. We need to adjust it, play with it. See how that moves? I move this up, and then we got a more even gap. So that tells me that's where that needs to stay. So I'm not going to tighten it yet. I'm not going to call it done yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it a little bit, not all the way, and then I'm going to spin the wheel and see if it spins evenly. Alright. I believe I have the wheel where I want it. I tightened this screw just a little bit just so I could play with it, like I said earlier. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to spin the wheel. Come on down. So you're going to spin it, and you want it to spin freely, and you do not want that to happen. See how it hit there? So we got to make some more adjustments and find out where it's hitting and why, and then we got to move some shit. Okay, so I figured out what went down. So this is fine, this don't need to be adjusted at all. What happened is this pipe here is not secured yet. Okay, so when I spun it, it pushed back until it hit on the other side over there, made the grinding noise. See, that pipe is not secure, so little by little it's pushing back. In my case, the adjustments I needed to do, I need this all the way forward. So, as you can see, this will still move back, it will still move forward. It's only stabilized here from moving up and down, but it can still move back and forward at this point. When we get our new wheel on, this one right here, this hex nut right here, hex screw, is going to sit right in here, that little indentation, and that's going to keep this from moving forward and backwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this screw, tighten up this bolt. I'm going to drop some oil in here. See, I like to place these to where the opening to my little oil lid is facing up. So you don't want this facing down. I don't anyway. I just feel like the oil is going to drip out. Probably won't make much of a difference, to tell you the truth, but I feel more secure that way, so that's how I'm going to have it. So anyway, I think that's it for the pillow block bearing. It's been fun. It's been real. I'm out.